And I said, you see that book over there, The Boat Owner's Manual? I wrote that. So at that point, they give me a new battery.
Hi and welcome to another one of our Boat How to Ask the Expert series. I'm Jan Attenstedt.
And I'm Nigel Calder.
And today we got a question from somebody who is about to go cruising, but his batteries are about 4 years old. So he doesn't want them to fail in the middle of the cruise. So he's asking for ways to determine if they're in a sufficiently healthy state. So Nigel, what would you do?
Well, you need to run a capacity test. In theory, you can go to the auto parts store and you can get a battery tester and you can push it down on the terminals and it'll tell you what sort of condition the battery is in. Those don't really work for house batteries on a boat because they're basically geared to cranking batteries. And we're dealing with batteries that get deeply discharged and recharged them. Energy batteries, it's a different kind of duty cycle. So the only way I know of to tell if the battery's in a reasonably healthy state and it's got close to 100% remaining capacity is to do a full capacity test.
So you want to discharge it down to...
Well, you fully recharge it first, normal means, and then you discharge it at a controlled rate for a certain length of time. And we describe all of this in our courses. It's got to be done right. I mean, we can't in 2 minutes tell people how to do a capacity test. And it's not good for the batteries because you're totally discharging them. So it's not something you do on a regular basis. And then you've got to fully recharge the battery and you calculate the remaining capacity. If it's below 80%, then the battery is probably close to dying, but it may be recoverable, and that's a whole different subject we can discuss separately.
Yeah, we talk actually about that in one of our other videos, how you can recondition a sulfated battery.
I do a capacity test on my batteries every couple of years. So over the life of the batteries, that's 3 or 4 times. And the other thing I do, which surprises people, I do a capacity test on new batteries.
Okay.
Because I have more than once bought a battery that tested out with seriously low capacity.
Oh, wow. So it was a manufacturing default? Or?
Well, typically, I think if on these batteries, they have a little, at least in the States, a little sticker which tells you how old the battery is when it was manufactured, but it's a code. It doesn't tell you, with exactly when it was.
So it might have been sitting around the shop for...
Right, so and I think what happens is these batteries are heavy, as you know. There's maybe one on the front of the shelf and some new ones come in and then they push it back and so you end up with a battery that's 2 or 3 years old and it's sulfated.
Yeah.
I've actually, from a rather well-known brand in the States, had a couple of occasions where I've taken a battery back to the store and said, this battery's seriously down on capacity. And they've gone in the back and they pulled out some dipshit little meter and stuck it on there and said, no, it's fine. And I said, hey, come with me. And I've taken them over to their bookstore and I said, you see that book over there, The Boat Owner's Manual? I wrote that. So at that point, they give me a new battery. But you probably won't be as lucky. You'll have a somewhat more of an argument. But, I take a new battery and I test it for capacity to make sure I haven't got a dud.
Interesting, yeah. That's a good point and maybe something you should do as well. Or at least make sure that you check with the manufacturer, with the guy you buy it from, that it's not been sitting around the shelf for a few years.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for your take on that, Nigel. If you want to learn more about actually how batteries work and how you can make sure that they last for at least 5 to 10 years, we talk a lot about them in our Boat Electrics 101 course and about lithium batteries in our Advanced Marine Electrics. So make sure to check that out and see you soon.